as I'm sure you guys are aware, if you haven't heard by now, Microsoft has acquired Activision Blizzard for $70 billion. Actually, it's like 68.7 or something like that. The Bethesda acquisition last year, or whenever it happened, was $7 billion, so this is like 10 times that. What exactly does it mean for us as gamers? What does this mean for Activision? What does this mean? Like, there's a lot to break down here. I'm not going to get super in detail with everything going on in Activision. We know they've been bad. We know they need to fix a couple of things, and I think this is the way to fix that issue. Xbox or Microsoft buys Activision, gets rid of everything bad, everything that doesn't work, changes the culture, makes it a better place to work at, makes games moving forward for Xbox and for Game Pass and all of that. But let's read a little bit here before I get too off track. Upon close, we will offer as many Activision Blizzard games as we can within Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass, both new titles and games for Activision Blizzard's incredible catalog. We also announced today that Game Pass has more than 25 million subscribers. As always, we look forward to continuing to add more value and more great games to Game Pass. So, super exciting news. Phil Spencer is the one that relayed that message, by the way, in case anyone's like, where are you getting your... This is everywhere. Like, it's legit stuff. I'm not making this up. But this picture here, the future of Xbox, powered by incredible first-party teams at Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard. So much IP here. Franchises, beloved franchises, and it's crazy to think that they're going to be under this Microsoft umbrella now. And it's easy as a gamer to get really excited or really disappointed or angry, depending on who you are. And if you think that this is going to negatively impact the platform you play on, I'm talking about PlayStation people, I wouldn't see it that way just yet. I think it's still very early to make assumptions that they're going to pull things from other platforms. I don't think that's the intention here. I think first and foremost, this is to better the culture at Activision and make it a better place to work and make it a better environment for creating games, while also helping Microsoft in the process to produce great games for Xbox and for everyone. Okay, so that's the official big news. Microsoft acquiring Activision for $70 billion. Now I'm going to sort of talk about my take on this and the speculation of what's going to happen. And none of this is confirmed. None of this is officially true. I just want to make sure you guys are aware of that before I start rambling about some crazy stuff like World of Warcraft being on Xbox or something. But my mind has been racing with all the possibilities of what this purchase can mean for games in general. And the first thing that comes to mind is Call of Duty. Obviously, it's probably the biggest franchise on there, maybe. I don't know. As I play it here on my PS5, in my mind, I don't see this game becoming an Xbox exclusive. I also think there were some statements that said they have no plans on pulling things out or away from other platforms. Like, I'm sure they want people to continue playing and having fun on there, but I do see a scenario where the game is still sold everywhere and moving, like, pre-existing franchises are still sold everywhere, but they are on Game Pass. They'll charge you $70 for Call of Duty maybe for their next release, but you will probably be able to play that Call of Duty day one if you have Game Pass. So that's where you have to, like, make decisions. If Call of Duty is your main game, do you continue playing on PlayStation, or do you move away, like, to a place where they're going to offer it for basically no charge on release if you have Game Pass? That's a thought that entered my mind. The backlog of Call of Duty games is ridiculous. They already said they're putting these games on Game Pass, or Activision games on Game Pass. Imagine the backlog of Call of Duty games on... I'm literally spawning, aiming, and shooting, but it's because I'm talking and trying to think about what I'm saying and stuff. This is a live commentary on this gameplay that is absolutely horrible. But imagine the backlog of Call of Duty on Game Pass. That just is absolutely ridiculous, and it's part of Game Pass. It's not like the Ubisoft thing or the EA stuff. Like, this will be official games like the Bethesda games that will live on Game Pass. And the backlog for the Bethesda games was pretty big and significant, and I just can't imagine how awesome it would be to jump back into Black Ops 1, for example, and play some zombie maps on there, or Black Ops 2, and just relive some of those old experiences. Tony Hawk comes to mind, Crash Bandicoot, like that stuff comes to mind. And having it on Game Pass for the current price that we're paying right now seems unbelievable. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a price increase on Game Pass in the future, near future, or whenever it is they add this stuff to it. And not to mention, this is also going to be on PC Game Pass, I assume. I mean, that's what it said on the article. So this is just so meaningful for a PC gamer, and from a Xbox console gamer's point of view. Like, if you get a Series S, you guys know I love the Series S and saying how the value is incredible. A Series S just becomes even more valuable adding this stuff to its service. Just Call of Duty alone holds so much weight, and even though I don't see it becoming officially just an exclusive, like I said, I do see this being a Game Pass thing like Halo was. If they did Halo, which is a first party like main game, it wouldn't be surprising to see Call of Duty as a day one title on Game Pass, but sold full price everywhere else. I also wouldn't be surprised if there's time-gated content like there is right now with PlayStation, which is funny because there are exclusive maps and content and bundles exclusive to PlayStation because, as you guys know, Call of Duty and PlayStation had their thing. And now with this purchase, I wonder how long that means, how long will this stand with the PlayStation exclusivity? Let's see here what's something else that I thought of. I was jokingly talking about spin-offs, much like Bethesda's doing with moving forward. Certain titles will be Xbox exclusive. Starfield's going to be Xbox exclusive, but the pre-existing titles are all still multi-platform. They're not going to take those away. I wouldn't be surprised if that's moving forward. If we have some kind of weird Call of Duty spin-off example, we could see that being an exclusive, but the mainline game will still be available to all platforms. Like, that's something I could see happening as well. Original IPs that from this point on I assume would be Xbox exclusive. I think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be Xbox exclusive as well. I'm kind of comparing it to that because it is a large acquisition and there is a lot of games tied to that acquisition that were previously multi-plat games. So it's interesting to see how it's all going to play. People being scared and saying they bought a PlayStation for no reason, I don't think it's that serious. Looking at this from a short-term point of view, I don't think we're going to see much of a change besides maybe seeing all these current and pre-existing games on Game Pass, but I don't see something as hectic as, the next Call of Duty is going to be Xbox only. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. And even at that point, I don't think they're reaching as big of a crowd as they might want to reach by doing that. Where is everybody in this game? But yeah, jokingly, I mentioned a World of Warcraft spin-off being on console, or even, Final Fantasy 14 is on PlayStation. What if WoW was on Xbox somehow for some reason? That's just speculation. No one should take what I'm saying seriously, but it does let you think about certain things. PC side of things, maybe games start coming back to Steam versus only being on the what is that thing called? Blizzard Net? I forgot what the launcher is called. The Blizzard launcher. I would assume that's not going to be the only place where we can boot up games from now, or moving forward into the nearby, semi-far out future. I don't know how fast we're going to see these changes. The other thing was Bobby Kotick. There's all this talks about him coming out on top either way. 'Cause people are saying that he should be punished. I don't want to get into the whole political side of the business side of things and what punishment seems right and fitting for him. I think more importantly, what we should be focusing on is the prevention of those horrible things from continuing to happen. And sure, maybe he walked away with his arms in the air, he's cheering and he's getting all this money, but at least people won't have to deal with him and his bullshit anymore. Or at least that's the way I see it. I saw a couple of Twitter articles already saying that he's supposed to leave shortly after the deal closes. So I'm going to go ahead and believe that. I could be wrong, but that makes the most sense to me, to prevent people from reporting to this guy. He doesn't have a good reputation as it is, so let's just leave it at that. Sure, he might come on top winning, but the big win is people getting rid of him. That's the way I see it. People can choose to focus more on someone's punishment. That's, I'll leave that up in the air for people to have their own opinion, but I just feel like in the grand scheme of things, the best thing is that he won't be causing any more problems to the people that he's already caused so much problems towards or to. Now, as for Sony, I don't really know what this quite means for them. Like I said, I don't think Call of Duty is going to leave PlayStation, but people might be more inclined to play it on Xbox or PC because of Game Pass, and that means they're not buying it on PlayStation. But I still think the main priority for PlayStation is first-party IP, which they have a lot of. I saw a couple of funny posts saying, well, at least we have Spider-Man. Well, at least we have Spider-Man is right. Like, at least they still have things that they can call their own. I don't think it's the end of the world for them, but it definitely should show them, like, maybe they need to think about more acquisitions. I know they've acquired Blue Point. They have this Fire, I forgot their name of their company already, the one that's working on the Call of the Mountain game, Fire Sprite. They have their acquisitions they're making here and there, and they have a super sturdy, strong first-party lineup. Spider-Man, The Last of Us. It's not just Spider-Man like some of these posts are saying. There's other great games on the PlayStation. You got Ratchet & Clank, Spider-Man, The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War. There's a bunch, Horizon, and I think those are most important to them. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I just think that sure, they should be wary, but I don't think they're worried about it. I don't think people are solely buying PlayStation 5s to play Call of Duty or to play, like some people are, but I think people are really looking at those main Sony games, and that's kind of what PlayStation is becoming. I would compare it to something like Nintendo. I have a Nintendo Switch to play Nintendo games, while I have a PlayStation to play PlayStation games. And if you like PlayStation, then you're gonna have if you like PlayStation games, you're gonna own a PlayStation. Now, if you just want the general box quantity of games and options and some Xbox exclusives, then you're gonna go the Xbox route, because there's just so much there that's being offered. If you're truly a fan of PlayStation games, I think you're still buying a PlayStation. That's my early take on where Sony stands in all of this. I know people are worried about Sony. I don't think that this is the end of the world. Same thing as it wasn't when they said Bethesda was being acquired and Elder Scrolls wouldn't be there. Like, we still have Deathloop, even if it is a timed exclusive. I know this was before the Bethesda acquisition. Ghostwire Tokyo, I think, is also Bethesda, if I'm not mistaken. But I still think they'll maintain relationships with Sony, and Call of Duty will still be on PlayStation, is my overall thought. Now, I know I was a little bit all over the place. I did speak my mind a bunch here, and there's still a lot of things that while I'm playing this, I don't have, like, it's not clicking in my brain right now at the moment what I should be talking about or what I'm missing. But if I'm missing anything, I will either retouch on other videos, or if you have something to say, I will interact or engage with you guys if you have any direct ideas or conversations or questions that you guys have for me or pertaining to this whole situation. Overall, I see this as a positive for gaming in general. This is awesome, especially if you own an Xbox. This is going to be amazing, or if you own a PC. So I'm really excited to just see that Game Pass lineup be crazier than ever. Hopefully you found this informative, enjoyable. I just had a lot to say. I'm just speaking my mind. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. I am closing this game.